What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Moises. And today, we're doing something new. Now, as a little intro, have you guys watched Megamind? Most of you probably have. If you haven't, I suggest you watch the movie because it's pretty good. Now, about that, today, we're going to be talking about how I would write Megamind 2, the movie. We got kind of a Megamind 2, I guess, a sequel. It wasn't that good, man. Hollywood is getting really greedy, aren't they? But today, we're going to try to fix it. I'm going to explain to you how I would write the movie, how everything would go if I was in charge here. Let's get into it, shall we? Now, I'm going to try to rush this because every time I try to talk about this, I get into an hour. So I'm just going to assume you guys watched Megamind, and let's get into it, shall we? Now, my dislikes to Megamind 1, there are very few. So I'll tell you, just maybe two things. One, I would have loved more of Metro Man. But of course, we're not focused on Metro Man. This movie, Megamind 2, we need to focus on Metro Man. Because we got everything we needed about Megamind in the first movie. We got his whole change of character. He was once the bad guy, now he's the good guy. He didn't have the girl, now we got the girl. We got all of it. He got it. We got his whole journey and resolution. But now Metro Man, we really are left off with him. We're really left hanging in the subject of Metro Man. You guys know about it. You guys know. And the last movie, we wanted more of Metro Man. We wanted more of his backstory. So let's get into it. So here's how I would, and also another dislike to the Megamind movie. Roxanne, she kind of Okay, first of all, we respect women here in this YouTube channel. If you do not, please unsubscribe. Why I'm saying that is because Roxanne is a very, like smart character. She is a reporter. She's got to be. But she immediately fell into Megamind's arms in the end of the movie. If you guys rewatch the movie, you'll notice that Megamind has kind of been pretty much a jerk to her throughout the whole movie. Sure, he's not a bad guy. Sure, he didn't have fully like bad intentions, but he straight up lied to Roxanne about his whole identity for most of the movie. And then when Roxanne accidentally discovered his true identity, he tries to kind of twist Roxanne's words. He's tried to still try to make it work, but he never apologizes. I don't think he ever like actually apologizes. Does he? Maybe. But even then, for me, the end of the Megamind 1, it shouldn't be a kiss on the cheek. It should be both characters acknowledging that maybe they both like each other, but there is a long road ahead. Roxanne likes Megamind and vice versa, but Roxanne says that they're not there yet. Megamind has some fixing up to do. And we can also do that in Megamind 2. So let's get straight into how I would write Megamind 2. So Megamind 2, how I would like it to start is this, where we kind of get a series of maybe like a compilation back and forth between how characters are doing since the first movie. Now, I think this movie will take place either immediately or a couple weeks after the first movie. I don't know. I don't think it really matters that much, but maybe it's better immediately. So, um, we start with Roxanne and Megamind having a genuine conversation. We figure out that Megamind is not the mayor. The mayors go to someone else, maybe back to the guy that got freaking flicked by Titan. And they admit that Megamind, although they like each other, Megamind has a long way of helping needing to go. And that's it. We pan over to another character. We need to pan over to Titan. Now Titan, since we last left him, is broken. He is crazy now. We may say in the last movie he was a simp for Roxanne, but now he's a straight up maniac. In the dark corner, really just scratching himself, writing Roxanne's names on the wall. He's crazy. Before he was a simp, and now he's a psychopath. And that's it. We're just hinting at you. We're just hinting at you. And then we go to Metro Man. Now, because we want to focus on Metro Man, in the beginning, we're not going to give you everything. We're going to give you a bit. What I would like is Metro Man to be in his home, be in the comfort of the farm school. That's his home. and he's kind of holding a picture of his family. First of all, we actually see his parents, his human parents, because I don't like when cartoons hide the faces of parents. Why? Why are you teasing me? Stop it. So we're gonna show his parents' face, and I want to make it so we kind of hear or feel a bit of the what he's lost. Maybe he's holding like his hand over the face of a parent, and I say that like I miss you, something like that. We miss you. To show that he's lost somebody. And we're going to get back to that later. I'm thinking he's saying that towards his dad. Throughout the first movie, you notice that him and his dad kind of has a separation. You immediately get the feeling where his father, his human father, is very distant, reading the newspaper. His mom is paying attention to him, and his father is like, "Oh, that's very nice. Only the best for you, sweetie." Something like that. And that's it. We're going to leave you there. And then we're gonna pan over to this distance, this POV shot, looking down at the Earth from space in a spaceship. And we hear in the background, what is that? A new character? Who? A new antagonist, huh? And we hear maybe he's talking to himself, talking about his evil plans, talking about how much he missed like Metro Man, how much he was searching for him, how long he was on the search. We're teasing now. We're teasing now. Now, first of all, before I go further in the movie, I'm gonna answer questions that they left off in Megamind 1. First of all, what's up with the black hole? Am I right? How can two civilizations so advanced to literally produce Megamind that figured so many advanced technologies out, and Metro Man, basically Superman, how can two planets that can produce those two beings also kind of fall into a black hole? And now here's how I would answer it in this movie. It's somewhere in the movie. What if this black hole was an invention coming from Metro Man's world? How about this? For Metro Man, I want to adapt the ideology from maybe three films: James Gunn's Superman, The Viltrumites from Invincible, and Brightburn. I'll get more into it later. Where his planet, their whole ideology is the sport of taking over worlds. Basically, Viltrumites, yes. And Brightburn, where what if Metro Man is this first ever new concept where they're kind of Amazoning, sending their babies to grow up Spartan style so they can take over the world, the planet that they are sent to. And that is Metro Man. I want to do like this, where Metro Man's parents are scientists, very respected scientists that's come up with many inventions that's been used to take over planets, and they have these two new ideas. But another thing, kinda another idea from Zack Snyder's Superman, Man of Steel, General Zod. In this movie, they're also going to have another general for Metro Man's planet, where this general is very greedy, in need of power, more power, and because of this and his leadership, he feels that he deserves to have such new technologies. And they introduce this new technology, Metro Man's parents, they introduce this new technology of being able to summon a black hole to zap in and destroy planets at will. Any planets that are powerful and try to fight back, they can instantly, in a snap, demolish. And also, they come up with this new idea, the Spartan sending babies to other planets idea. And the baby that's in this spaceship of theirs is Metro Man, their baby. This kind of shows you how little they care about him. And this could kind of show the nature versus nurture kind of aspect. So because of this general, he got angry. He felt like he deserved this new technology and he didn't get it. So he sabotages Metro Man's parents. And this leads to the experiment going wrong, the showcasing going wrong. First of all, an explanation why Megamind and Metro Man's parents, of them two being the only ones to survive, plus the antagonist, of course, is that Megamind, we could say that his planet is a very calm, peaceful, keep to themselves kind of planet. Meanwhile, Metro Man, we could say that there's this rule where whenever they showcase this new invention to take over planets, all like Metro Man kinds, they gotta come back to the planet to witness such showcasing. That could be a way to answer it. And because the general was the only one that knew about the sabotaging, he kind of got a head start of escaping. So that could explain how he survives for Megamind 2. And Metro Man, him being in the ship, they were preparing to blast him off to be the first of this new idea to take over worlds. He also kind of got a head start of, a whole spaceship kind of thing. So boom, that explains the black hole. Everything backfired, everything went wrong. Metro Man and the antagonist survives though. And Metro Man and Megamind, we could say that for Megamind's planet, their civilization is so advanced, and we could say that Megamind's parents too are like the genius scientists of that planet. So because of that, they were last minute able to slap together, a spaceship for Megamind. And you could kind of get it where you see the scene where they're both like flying through space, where um Metro Man, his spaceship is smooth, is sleek. You can see the spaceship is clean. It's clean. It's almost like everything was planned perfect to the number. Meanwhile, Megamind, him being a genius, you kind of expect his, civilization to be like genius to the point, mathematically perfect. But you also see that he's kind of ping-ponging to like between like rocks and asteroids. You could explain that because Megamind's parents weren't expecting it. This was a last resort, slapping together a spaceship and sending off their child to try to save at least one of their offspring so they could live off through this child. Did I cook here? Oh man, I'm looking at the time. I really tried to do all this in one episode. Whatever, this is gonna have to be a two-parter. So this answers your question of where it all began. Now, about our antagonist. I think we're going to have to get to that in the next episode. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm leaving you hanging, but I think it's going to be best. You guys are going to love it. Okay? You guys are going to love it. Trust. Trust the process. So for now, just everything we went through, just to go back through it, because this is kind of it. We're going to start with a compilation going through all characters, seeing how they are currently. And we're kind of teasing how the movie's going to go through, where we kind of see that Megamind and Roxanne has kind of reached a resolution where it's inevitable for them to become a couple, to become a happy couple. But they're working on it, but it's still there. Then we pan to Titan, pan over to Titan. He's mentally unwell. We're going to get to that. We pan over to Metro Man. He is broken. We're going to get to that. We pan over to this new villain. He talks about how many years he's been searching for Metro Man. Now, I don't like coincidence. I don't like random things, especially in movies. How are we going to explain that the antagonist found Metro Man? How about this? When Metro Man's parents was designing the whole Spartan go to other planets project thing, maybe they put a tracking device to Metro Man's ship or onto Metro Man, his DNA, his blood, whatever. And throughout the first big Megamind 1, with the whole explosion of the sun, this could send off a little beep to, a screen where our antagonist is, showing that Metro Man might be dead. And that catches the attention of our antagonist. And that is how he finally finds Metro Man on the planet Earth. Because Metro Man has been through a near-death encounter. And because of that, that's kind of threw off his tracking device into thinking that he's dead. And then sending a message to our antagonist ship or whatever. And therefore, the antagonist has got the pinpoint of where in the universe, the galaxy, where Metro Man is, and now he can find him. That explains everything, right? Right? Did I cook with this one? Now like and subscribe and ring the bell for part 2, where I tell you about this antagonist. And there could be a part 3 kind of wrapping everything together in a bow. But for now, I think I cooked. Tell me what you think in the comments. Give me more ideas. Thank you very much. Thank you for the subscribers. I got 23 subscribers now. That is crazy. Thank you guys so much. So yeah, see ya. Bye. But today, we're gonna try to just maybe we need a respect. Got freaking flex hands, names, and everything. We're teasing now. We're teasing now. What's up with the black hole? So yeah, see ya. Bye.